I have been learning English for a long time. I have tried and tested so many different habits, techniques, and methods for learning English. But the 5 habits I'm about to share with you are the best and easiest ones to follow. The first habit is to record yourself speaking English. I do that on my YouTube channel. I uploaded my first video 2 years ago. If you go back and watch that video, you will see that my English was very basic back then. Recording yourself is a great way of tracking your progress. You never realize how much you've improved. But if you record yourself every single day and you listen to it 3 months later, 6 months later, you will see a huge difference in your English. Now, I'm not saying that you have to become a YouTuber like me and make videos and upload them on YouTube. You don't have to do that. You can just make a simple video on your phone speaking English and never show it to anyone. And also, if you don't feel comfortable with making a video of yourself, you can just record your voice. Like, it doesn't have to be video. You can just record your own voice speaking English for 5 minutes a day. If you do this daily, first, you will get some speaking practice. And second, you will keep a track of your progress. A few months later, you can go back and listen to your recordings. This will show you how much progress you've made, which gives you a lot of confidence and motivation. Sometimes in my free time, I go to my YouTube channel and I watch my first videos. This gives me this sense and feeling of accomplishment and motivation. I feel like I've improved so much. So from today, I want you to record yourself for 5 minutes daily, speaking about a topic in English. Do it every day. The second habit is to have a record of your vocabulary. A lot of people learn new words every day, but a few days later they forget them. If you have a written record of the new words you learn every day, you can review them and thus remember them better. I recommend having a small notebook that you can carry in your pocket, and every time you learn a new word in English, just write it down in that notebook. If you don't like to carry around a notebook with yourself in a pocket, then you can use an app on your phone. Any note-taking app is good for that purpose. So yeah, write the vocabulary down with you somewhere. Write the new words down in a notebook with yourself. If you want a detailed tutorial on how to learn vocabulary properly in English step by step, then watch this video in which I explained it with a lot more detail on how to learn vocabulary properly step by step. The next habit that helped me become fluent in English is watching animes. Whether you're one of those people who think anime is a cartoon or you love anime like I do, in any case, anime is great for learning English. Animes are fun and interesting. It's better for your English to watch anime and listen to some natural English than watch some boring YouTube videos of an old guy explaining noun and pronoun. But you have to watch the dubbed version, not the Japanese version. Almost all of the animes are dubbed by American native speakers. So it's a great opportunity for you to listen to some real, natural and American conversational English. Personally, I have watched a lot of great animes. My recommendations would be Hunter x Hunter, 7 Deadly Sins, Black Clover, Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, Death Note. My favorite of all of these is the 7 Deadly Sins. It's very interesting. One thing more, anime is not for kids. Even Elon Musk watches them. So even if you're an adult, try watching animes for improving your listening and understanding skills in English. The next habit is to become more talkative. A talkative person is someone who speaks a lot. You can also call them a chatterbox. That's a good word, chatterbox. I was actually the opposite of that. Throughout all of my life, from childhood up until now, I have been like a very quiet and shy kind of person. I'm an introvert, that's why. But when I was working on my English, I realized that if I wanted to become fluent, I had to speak more and more. It was, of course, very difficult for me because I would listen to others more. I would only speak when someone would ask me a question, but I had to change that to improve my speaking skills. When I say become more talkative, I'm not telling you to change your personality and become an extrovert. No, all what I'm trying to say is participate in conversations more. Tell your stories, share your life experiences with others, be the first one to speak. Doing this will improve your English a lot. Not only your English, but also your communication skills in general. And that's exactly what I did. I'm still an introvert, but usually when I'm speaking in English, I try my best to speak more. Of course, I listen to others as well, and that's important. But when it's my turn to speak, I explain things properly in detail. That helps me practice more, which improves my speaking skills. So become more talkative when you speak English. You will see huge improvements in your English just by following this small habit. The next habit that helped me become fluent in English is practicing my accent. Now, I know that fluency and accent are two different things, right? You can be fluent without having a native English accent. But if you have a good British, American, or Australian accent, people will understand you more. That's because usually people are familiar with these accents. Also, when you have a good accent, you sound better, you sound impressive. People like to listen to you. I have heard some English teachers saying, "Oh, don't learn accent, don't try to improve your accent. Your local accent is already great. You don't need to learn British or American accent." I don't agree with this. If you want to be clear and understandable, you have to learn a good native accent, whether British, American, or Australian. All of these are great. I think when you're just a beginner, you don't need to focus on learning an accent because there are more important things to do for you, like listening and speaking practice. But once you get to a certain level in English, like B1 or B2, then I think it's time for you to choose an accent, British, American, or Australian. A better question to ask yourself when you're choosing an accent is, who do I want to sound like? Like, who do you want to sound like? In the beginning of my learning journey, I wanted to sound like Lucy from English with Lucy. So I focused on learning British accent. But then I became interested in American accent and I wanted to sound more like Taylor Swift. So I switched to learning American accent. I have been working on it for the past 2 years. I know it's not perfect, it's not even close to perfect, but as time passes by and I practice it more, my accent will improve. Now the question is, how do you improve your accent? I use a technique for that called shadowing. It's a method in which you listen to a native speaker whose accent you want to copy. You listen to them a little bit in a video and then you say the exact same words they said out loud. You pronounce words the exact same way they did. You stress the words they stressed. You take pauses where they took pauses. You copy exactly what they're saying and you say it out loud. This is why it's called shadowing. If you want me to make a separate video about shadowing in which I explain how to do it step by step, then write the word shadow in the comments for me to know. If I get a lot of comments, I'll make a video on it. Shadowing is the best technique for improving your accent. Improve your accent by following the shadowing technique. Okay, that's all. Hit the like button if you've learned something from this video. Lots of love.